Hey friends, I'm Jonathan, your friendly CFA charter holder, and here today to talk about two measures of risk for investors: the ability to take on risk and also the risk tolerance. But right now, I'd be very grateful if you go ahead and hit that like button. It really means a lot to me. Okay, let's dig into the ability to take on risk, or your risk capacity. So this is largely considered an objective measure and is determined by factors that are outside of your head, outside of your psychology. So for the objective measures that we're looking at, so you're looking at your over level of wealth, your income, your investment horizon, perhaps your family situation, pay and benefits, and lifestyle. So the more wealth you have, the more wealth you can lose and still be okay to take care of your basic needs. And so as you can see over here, I've got two examples, Charlie Munger and Granny Anna. All right, so Charlie Munger, God rest his soul, was legendary investor, billionaire, multi-billionaire. And so, sometimes I hear people say, oh, well, Charlie Munger only had 4 stocks. I can have 4 stocks. Well, here's a key important point that a lot of people miss. Charlie Munger could have lost 99% of his net worth and still died a very rich man. So my question is, can you lose 99% of your net worth and still die a very rich man or woman? Now, side by side, I've got fictional Granny Anna over here. She relies on distributions for her IRA for food and rent. So if she lost 99% of her IRA, that would not be good. In fact, that would be absolutely terrible. And so her ability to take on risk is much lower than that of Charlie Munger. Okay, other areas that could go into your ability to take on risk. So your level of income. So let's say that you have a $100,000 investment portfolio, but you make $500,000 a year. You could probably lose most of your investment portfolio and you still can make it up pretty quickly. So you've got income and high earning capacity there. So another form of that also to look at it is you have high human capital. Investment horizon. The longer investment horizon you have, the more risk you can take on. Someone who's 18 has a much higher ability to take on risk, all else given equal, of course personal finance is personal, than someone who is, say, 75. The 18-year-old still has, 40, 50, maybe 60-year investment horizon. Someone who's 75, not so much. Family situation. If you come from wealth, if you have, if you're going to receive a large inheritance, of course, nothing's ever guaranteed. If you have a unique family situation or you're going to inherit land or the family business, you have the ability probably to take on more investment risk. If you're not going to get anything, then, well, you probably have less ability to take on risk. All right, pay and benefits. So if you have, say, a government job or perhaps a tenure position in a school, or perhaps you're on the contract and if they fire you, they still have to pay you out, then you have more ability to take on risk, as opposed to if you're on, say, a seasonal job and you run your own business and you rely on your own fruits of your labor, perhaps you have less ability to take on risk. Let's say that you're a handyman and you get in a car accident, you can't work. Your ability to risk is extremely hampered. In fact, in a case like that, you actually might want to consider some disability insurance or something else to kind of shore that up. And then, of course, your lifestyle. If you have some lavish lifestyle, let's say that you have $5 million portfolio, but you spend $1 million a year. Well, your ability to take on risk is perhaps hampered by that, and you also might want to get your lifestyle in check. But let's say you only have a $500,000 portfolio, but it only costs you $10,000 a year. Your ability to take on risk is a little bit higher. You can take on a little more risk tolerance there. All right, so risk preference. What is risk preference? Risk preference is an individual's psychology to take on risk. And so I've got a couple questions down here, a couple examples. So does volatility bother you? So stocks, equities, volatile instruments, they're bouncing up and down all the time. Dot-com crash, global financial crisis, market could get cut in half. COVID crash, down 30%. 2022, not a great year for the market. 2023, much, much better, almost up 30%, double digits there. If this volatility bothers you, then your preference to take on risk is going to be lower. If it just kind of rolls you off your back, you might be fine. Even myself, financial professional, volatility, I can take it, but I don't like it. I remember during COVID, it's like I got off the phone with some friends, trying to keep them in the market, trying to make sure they didn't sell at the bottom. And after I got off the phone, I still wanted to throw up. That's all right though, because I stayed in and I kept buying. All right, so do market fluctuations keep you up at night? Is that something that's going to keep you up at night? Do you sell all your stocks if they're down 30%? If so, perhaps you should have less in stocks. Maybe something to consider there. Are you waiting for the legendary market crash and just hide out in cash to buy? So there's some cognitive bias there you might need to address, but that may mean you have a reduced risk tolerance they are perhaps such that you might need some help. And then conversely to that, do you gamble all of your money away? Do you like to go to a casino and just like throw it around, buying everybody drinks, high roller, put it all in black, come what may? Your ability to take on risk may be too high, or sorry, your preference to take on risk may be too high in a case like that. So back to Charlie Munger and Granny Anna. So Charlie Munger has been noted to say that if you can't take a market drop of 50%, you probably don't have any business being in there. He's taken many in his lifetime. God rest his soul before he died. Very experienced investor. Granny Anna here, hates looking at financial statements. They make her nervous just to open the financial statements. Some people are like that. That's okay. I get that. That's why people like me try to help people like that. Can't stand the thought of even losing a little bit of investment portfolio because why? Look, she relies on it for distributions from her IRA for food and rent. So if she lost even a little bit, that could affect her literal basic needs. So I hope this video has helped. If you've enjoyed this, I would ask that you please subscribe. It will help my channel out a lot. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.